It's super windy here today. We just got off of our ship and we are parked right next to the helicopter pad and we're headed over to our car right now. Let's go get it.
While on our Alaskan cruise, we had a stop in Skagway, and although most people take the White Pass train excursion, we decided to rent a car. We followed the Klondike Highway, which follows kind of a similar path as the White Pass train excursion. You could see the scenery changing as we climb altitude. At the highest point, we were 3,200 feet above sea level, and that is pretty much right at the American-Canadian border.
We actually drove through a cloud a minute ago. We've flown through clouds. Never driven through a cloud until today. We are in the clouds. I'm sure there are views to be seen over there, but the clouds just block it all out. My ears are so popped. US-Canadian border. I think we just crossed into Canada. Yeah, just crossed about a minute ago. It was hard to tell because everything was just white. We were just in clouds. So we did see a sign though that said US-Canadian border. And this is what Canada looks like. Headed up to Robinson House and Emerald Lake. Hoping that Emerald Lake is actually thawed out, but the way that this frozen tundra looks like, I'm not sure we're gonna see much lake today. Hoping for some pretty views. We just passed a sign that said avalanche area ends, so that's good. We didn't know we were in an avalanche zone, but we're happy to be out of it. If these clouds would clear up, I can tell that would be a beautiful sight. You can kind of make out the edges of the mountains. It's really pretty up there. Okay, so we just got through the Canadian customs, and when we pulled up, we realized we left our passports on the ship. So luckily we did have our driver's license, our United States IDs. So they looked at that, they asked us a lot of questions, and they were convinced that we were just regular US travelers on a ship, and we just wanted to visit for the day, turn around and come back, and they approved us, but they could very easily have turned us away, so we were thrilled that they let us go, and we are now on our way up to Emerald Lake still. So we were not, the trip was not cut short due to me forgetting our passports in the safe. Oops.
While I was researching places to stop along the way, I of course came across the Welcome to Yukon sign, and that's where I found Yukon Rustic Jewelry. I found it on Google Maps, and Was so excited to see that there was actual handmade jewelry that I could purchase while on our trip, but I wasn't sure if she was going to be open still after 2 years of not having any tourists. So I was very excited when we pulled up and I saw the jewelry lady was there. I had told Jason, if she's there, we are stopping to see the jewelry lady. Her handmade jewelry is gorgeous, and she was so sweet, very helpful, and so friendly to talk to. I ended up choosing 2 necklaces, and Jason picked out the Raven Yukon sticker. When we were in Juneau, that was one of our favorite things, was seeing all the ravens. She's super easy to find, right next to the Welcome to Yukon sign, and right behind you is the Welcome to British Columbia sign. So make sure you get your photos with both signs and pick up a Yukon souvenir from Yukon Rustic Jewelry.
Driving along the Klondike Highway, there are so many little rest areas, perfect little spots for you to pull off. And then like this one even has some information that they put out there, but just look at those views. All right, we are in Yukon. We are in Carcross, and we are at the Carcross Desert. It's the world's smallest desert. We're surrounded by snow-capped mountains. And it is legit a little warmer here than it was down the road.
You can feel the heat.
Yeah, it is warm.
You can feel the sun.
We are in the sand, like sand all over our feet.
Give you perspective.
People walking in the desert. There you go. See, itty bitty people in the world's smallest desert next to massive snow-capped mountains. This is super cool. Pit stop on the way to Emerald Lake, but this is definitely a cool stop all of its own. Here we are at Robinson Roadhouse. We're just a little further up past Emerald Lake. It's a little rainy today, but wanted to get out here and see this. It's just a very, very short walk from a little parking area. There's blue signs on the side of the road that tell you where you are. But look at this cool old mining track. This is really cool. Great spot for some photos. Let's check it out. We left Robinson House about 10 minutes ago, and I think we're coming up on Emerald Lake any second now. And the sun, well, I mean, it's mildly cloudy, but there's blue skies in some spots, and I think this is as sunny as it's gonna get, which is pretty lucky because I think the views on the lake are going to be awesome. Emerald Lake, here we are. And there's a nice little turnoff on the right-hand side. If you're coming from Robinson, if you were coming from Skagway, it would be on your left. Let's go get some pictures. It is amazing. I'm sure this video and photos I get are not going to do it justice. The colors are beautiful. And it gets its color from the minerals that are in the bottom of the lake. It's just beautiful views. Mountains behind it. I don't think we could have asked for better weather. It is beautiful. The colors are amazing. We have been so lucky this trip. All of the boxes slowly getting checked off, and this is another one. At Caribou Crossing. We're in Caribou Crossing. This is the first of two of the museums that we got in for under 30 bucks. We paid US dollar, and we get two museums and a petting zoo. You can pay $28 for chicken and some barbecue chicken and coleslaw and stuff like that. Or there's a cafe, and that's what we're gonna do, right? We want to check out the cafe. She said pizza, stuff like that. So we're gonna do that for lunch. And in the meantime, let's explore this museum. I like the bison. Can't touch him, but he's cool looking though.
So this buffalo room is the first part of the two museums. It's not very large, but it has a good amount of information and just some cool stuff to look at. They're very small as far as museums go, but at $14 US per person, you can't complain. This section is the second part of the two museums. It's got a lot of stuffed wildlife and some I think is maybe fake. Not really sure about that woolly mammoth.
I tried petting Spirit over there. He licked my hand. He would not let me pet him, but my hand is now really slimy. Let's see if I can get some donkey kisses.
Buttercup and Ringo.
Buttercup and Ringo. You're noisy. Puppies.
Can I let it go?
You can drop the ball?
You gonna drop it? That one never gets it, huh?
Poor dog.
You gonna drop it? You gonna drop it? Oh, you want me to throw it now, huh? You ready?
He said, my turn. Hello.
So she's just a dog that runs around the yard, right?
Yeah, she's my pet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My two Malamutes as pets, right? Mushers, like, always a little bit different breed to keep as their pets. Jeff's got a German Shepherd, right? I got the Malamutes. Jerry's got the Border Collies.
Oh, okay.
Lou's got big old Baloo. He's not down here. He's like a Malamute too, right?
So these aren't workers. These are just.
They still work for me. This is how I get my mail and my groceries and stuff. I just hook up my two dog team of Malamutes and off we go, right, Moxie? You're so
I had way too much fun with those puppies. Time to check out some alpaca. Thelma and Louise. They don't look like partners in crime to me. They look like partners in naps. I'm petting a goat. Oh my God. He's right there. Hello, Caribou. He's huge. It's definitely colder here than it was in the world's smallest desert. We just crossed the US border. This is Alaska. Down in that valley, it's so cool.
Alaska sign. On the ride down, I got a lot more really cool photos. I really wanted to see that old mill on the side of the road, and I got those shots. And we also got to see the White Pass heading back up for another trip. And we saw more White Pass engines rolling along once we pulled back into Skagway. We used Drive About car rental. They looked up where our ship was going to be docked and made sure the car was right there at the port waiting for us. We were given a Subaru Tribeca, and it only cost us $130 for the day. So for less than an excursion, we were able to go everywhere we wanted, from Robinson Roadhouse to Emerald Lake, Carcross Desert, Caribou Crossing, and there are plenty of spots to pull over and get beautiful photos of the scenery. Not to mention plenty of opportunity to see wildlife. So while booking an excursion is definitely the easiest route, I highly recommend doing a little bit more research and planning out exactly everything you want to do and see if renting a car is the better option for you. It is one road straight from Skagway, no turns other than when we turned into Robinson Roadhouse, so you can't get lost. Thank you for watching our Klondike Highway adventure. Please click like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can join us from there to here and everywhere in between.